Hello, so in this tutorial we're going to be looking at overcoming one of the big challenges we can face when we write stripped back house and techno tunes, and that's how do we keep the music interesting. Not just for the listener, but also for us whilst we're writing the tune, because it's easy to get bored of listening to a static and lifeless loop. So this is one of my favourite techniques. We're going to be adding unpredictable movement to pads and atmospherics. Have a listen to where we're at. So this is a chord progression that I'm experimenting with. I'm happy with what I've got so far. And now I'm going to be sweeping EQs across the frequency spectrum. So there's a couple of pointers that I want to address first. Number one, look at the spectrum here. Help if I turn it on. Notice I've got quite a wide range of frequencies with this sound. The sound that you're doing this technique on does need to be well represented across quite a lot of frequencies. So if you were using something like a really thin string sound, this technique wouldn't be too good. Secondly, before doing any kind of sound design like this, I recommend sticking a limiter on the channel. Protect your ears. It's easy to make mistakes when you're doing this kind of thing. And then finally, if you're looking at these Max for Live LFOs going and you don't have access to this, don't worry. Auto Filter's got built-in LFOs. If you run them like in a parallel rack, you can get some really, really cool results just like this. But these are just so much easier and more convenient. That's why I'm using them for this tutorial. So let's actually have a listen now to this movement over the chord progression. So straight away, I love the sound that we're getting from this, but I am going to show you how to set this up by adding one more of these LFO devices. When I was experimenting, I noticed there was some really interesting and cool frequencies living in the top sort of range of this sound. You can't even see them in the spectrum, but have a listen. So it's this kind of really cool tinkling sound that's living up there. So I want to bring that out a little bit. So with the music turned off, we'll grab one more of these LFO devices. And I'm going to map this to the gain of that shelf. Okay, let's see. Why won't this join in? There we go, perfect. Now you can see straight away why I'd want A, the music off, and B, a limiter, just in case things go wrong. Now you could have set the ranges up first on this and put some guesswork in, but as I say, play it safe, get that limiter in. There we go, that's a lot more of a reasonable range, but it's going bonkers fast, right? So we're going to want to slow this down, and this part is absolutely key. The rate, I want to make sure it is not synced to the tempo of the track. This adds to the unpredictable nature of this because although it's looping over, it's not tied to the tempo of all the other elements in the track. And the second part is I want a different speed to the other LFOs. So again, we're going to constantly get a different configuration of shapes all the time as they're all cycling over at a different tempo. So let's have a listen now. So some really nice movement, really happy with that. There's a lot of life in that sound. So give this a shot. I recommend using it early in the production process because it's going to keep your music that much more interesting for you whilst you're working on it. And then, of course, it's ideal for bringing an arrangement to life and keeping your listener engaged, even in long sections of the tune. So give it a go. Let me know how you get on in the comments. Happy music making. Take care.